one moment that stood out was during this pandemic. And the employees at the Department of Public Safety were getting very concerned as the virus started to move through the prison system. And DPS was unable at one point to procure tests for their employees if the employees wanted to take a test. And we reached out to your office, because you have the health plan, and was it 2 days, something like that? You had found testing, and after that the department did initiate some testing. So I think that was one of the more profound moments.
Well, I'm reminded of the movie Jerry Maguire, where Roy Firestone is interviewing Cuba Gooding Jr. and he says, "Don't you make me cry on the show." And it was kind of a laughable moment, but some of your members know that I've had my own intense battle with COVID-19 at the end of March, where people didn't know a lot about this disease. I was in intensive care and hospitalized for 6 days. So in the words of the Jamie Johnson song, I've seen COVID-19 in living color personally. But the fact is, to kind of add to your story, you didn't call me first. You called me after you and your members were completely frustrated about the fact that there seemed to be tests for prisoners, but not for the prison corrections officers and the personnel. And, when Rachel Maddow on her show several months ago, it seems like decades ago, when she said Goldsboro was one of the hot spots of the United States, Goldsboro, one of the COVID hot spots, it was because of what was happening in the prison. As far as I know, the prisoners aren't leaving every day and coming back. It's the employees that are leaving every day and coming back. And I felt like when you called me that part of my responsibility as the head of the state health plan that's supposed to be providing health care to prisoners, part of my responsibility was to see what I could do, whatever it took, to get the testing possible. I kept hearing all these reports from these statewide officials about there are not enough tests, So I picked up the phone and acquired some tests. And that got the ball rolling as far as testing for our state employees. And it's a very big deal when you have all these corrections personnel who are going back home every day, some obviously with other members of their family. And it's important that if we have enough tests for prisoners, then we should have enough tests for corrections personnel. And that's why, in almost every case, when I make the thousands of decisions I make on a weekly basis, obviously I use my intuition, I use my heart and my mind, but this really pulled at my heartstrings about the fear and the danger that our corrections officers were in.
Well, we